So NG, personal message. If you hear me, I recheck your email. That's fine. And to reply for the Dali Museum, I didn't need to. You don't need to book in advance. We will pay directly over there. And I just told them. It's a personal message for NG. Okay, I'm doing my personal message online. So. We just need to go there directly, and I've just booked to be sure that it's fine for a group at 5 p.m. So that's okay. And then you have also to book for the catacomb. So you will tell me if you have done it. Okay, I will reply to you tonight or tomorrow. Okay. Okay. So, I don't know why I need that, but maybe it will be better if I put that. Bonjour Audrey. Bonjour encore. Hey, county of Wicklow, that's a beautiful county in Ireland. I love so much Ireland. Maybe that's why I'm named Patrick, in fact. Hey, Stefan. So I just want you to guess, what am I doing right now? What I'm sitting, and what I'm doing. I'm getting a rest. And having a rest with a nice pain au chocolat. Pain au chocolat, really good. Au beurre d'Isigny, made with the butter of Isigny. One of the principal cities in France for the butter is Isigny. No calorie. It's written here. I'm looking at it. It's written no calorie. Yeah. I'm working so much. Have been running on Utah Beach this morning, so I think I deserve it, no? Some chocolate on my cheek? No, not possible. That's good, my friend. French life, no? And I'm just driving from one location to another location, so having no rest. I just had the sandwich in the car, so I just arrived here 5 minutes ago. So I went to the bakery. I took a pain au chocolat, but I had no time to eat it. That's why I eat it with you. Apart of that, no way for me to eat it. In fact, the tour is going to be that. You're going to see me eating, and that's it. Nothing else. You know, the terrible tour guide. The worst tour to do. 45 minutes watching Patrick eating a croissant, and then a pain au chocolat, and then having something to drink. And some little piece I put for the birds. Oh, no more chocolate? Okay. First time joining you, my father 14. So, hello Amy. Nice to meet you. You are coming for the last tour of the D-Days. You know, we had a lot of tours. So I'm happy you are for this one. I just feel pity that you didn't see the one before, because we've been to Pegasus Bridge. We've been to Ouistreham. We've been to Juneau. We've been to the military cemetery of Canadian. We have been to Gold Beach. We have been to Arromanches. We have been to English military cemetery. We have been to Omaha. We have been to Pointe du Hoc. We have been to Utah. We are in Sainte Mère-Église, and we saw Bayeux after the day of the anniversary of the liberation. So 13 plus 2 tours on the side. Yes. So, my friends, time to start, no? Because I'm speaking, eating, and I'm not telling you the thing. So, let's start. Just point again. I've really appreciated a few were too early. Ah, yeah. I can understand the dollars. You know, it's just. You know, I need to go from one place to one place, so it means a bit hard to do all of them in the evening. So. Were any of these day tours in personal way? In person? No, I didn't do in person, but you know, that was funny because there was a company who asked me if I could do a day tour for a coach, you know, going there for one day with a large group of people. I said, oh, I would be very happy, but I'm already I'm already there and I'm doing a virtual tour, so I can't be in Paris, go to Normandy and then go back to Paris. No way. So, let's start. Starting by posting a little image to remember where we are. Some of you have seen few times this image because I think it's a very good one. So you see we are at the complete west, just after Utah. So the troops needed to come from Utah, but they also needed to stop the way to go to Cherbourg, because Cherbourg is a high sea water, so it means big boats can arrive to Cherbourg. So the people are good adre. So the people needed to take the Cherbourg, the harbor in the north of Normandy. So for that you have to block the line. So Utah was very important for that, and also to go inside the land. But going to the land, it means you can't arrive by boat. You have to use the airborne. So the English did the same one at the complete east in Sword Beach with the British Airborne Division, and the American did it here in Sainte Mère-Église. Two divisions were going to be implicated in that. One of the divisions was going to be the 81st Airborne Division, and the second one was going to be the 101st Airborne Division, also known as the Screaming Eagles. These both divisions are going to be two-way. They are going to arrive by parachute or they are going to arrive by gliders. Two different ways, okay? The very, very, very big problem is around us we have got marshes. This morning, a couple of you were with me in a park, natural park, and I took a pictures when I was in the park to show you. That was my morning tour at 11 a.m. And you see we're in a park. This is the park which is around Sainte Mère-Église. And this park, there is marshes, only marshes. And in fact, due to the bad weather condition, 75% of the soldiers were not dropped on the right position. And a lot of the soldiers, unfortunately, die by sinking inside the marshes. And also a stick is one brigade, if I can say. 2 sticks have been dropped in Sainte Mère-Église, which was a terrible mistake, okay? Hi Karen again. Terrible mistake because Sainte Mère-Église was full of German. So, a lot of soldiers died before the battle, if I can say. They died sinking in the marshes, and they also died being dropped in Sainte Mère-Église. And you know, the German was there, like I am now, and they were seeing the parachutists which were arriving like that. Let me show you. Arriving like that from the sky. They just put the light on them and they were shooting them. And you see the trees here. The parachutists, the trees were higher, and the parachutists were hold in the trees, and they were just shoot like a doll by the German here. So there is a lot of soldiers who died just by the mistake in the dropping, but hopefully not all of them. So first they were sending scouts to prepare the dropping, and these scouts after that they knew they were going to be dropped in the night. So for that they had something which was going to be very, very useful. Let me find mine. Where is it? It's not in that pocket. In the other one maybe. I had it couple of minutes ago, so let me find it. I know I have it, okay? This is especially for this tour. So I'm not going to be stupid enough not to find it. Just let me remember. You know, I have got so many pockets that I don't know. Here it is. That thing, okay? You see? D-Day. Well, this is not an original one, of course. 6 June 94. You know what that is? To make a clicker. Yes, you see, to do that. So like that, there was a code. The soldiers in the dark and also in the fog of the marshes, to recognize if it was German or American, they had to do that. If they were hearing somebody, they were just doing, and the other one was replying. If the other one was replying, they say it's friend. If you were doing no reply, means German shooting. So it was very important, and that was a lifesaver, okay, for the paratroopers. These little things given by the headquarters. So what I propose, we walk in the street of Sainte Mère-Église, where the soldiers have been dropped that night. And there is lot of things in Sainte Mère-Église about you see, you have got shops which are selling military stuff, and you've got a lot of commemoration stall or commemoration statue, or a lot of things like that. And for instance, this is Alexandre Renaud, who was the Lord Mayor of this city. And what is incredible is just before the landing in that city, one of the house of Madame Pommier, oh, that doesn't really matter by her name, but she was named Madame Pommier. The house of Madame Pommier get on fire, okay? And so the firemen were there trying to save the house of Madame Pommier. And at the same time, at 3 a.m. in the morning, you know, the paratroopers start being jumped and dropped on this on the zone. So here there is a monument in remembrance of the airborne spirit of the Lord, June 94. They gave their tomorrow. I think that sentence is beautiful. They gave their tomorrow for our today, United States of America. They gave their tomorrow for our today. I mean, that sentence can be said forever and ever. Yes, it's incredible. You know, you feel like being in an American city. So you have got the two airborne, as I said, the 82nd Airborne Division, and there have been 1,142 killed, 3,077 wounded. And you have got the Screaming Eagles, the 101st Airborne Division, 868 killed, 2,303 wounded. With those airbornes also have been sent in some other locations, some other airbornes, and this monument is to be given to all the airborne force. So we have got the British that we've seen already, we gave tribute to them, the Pegasus Division, which was in Pegasus Bridge, the 6th Airborne British Division, 821 kills, 2,700 wounded. You also have got the 1st Canadian Parachute Battalion, 83 killed, 107 wounded. And you have got also the airborne, the SAS Brigade from the airborne French France Libre, 238 killed, and we don't have the numbers of the wounded. And in French, it's written, ils se sont sacrifiés pour notre liberté, ne les oublions jamais. They sacrificed themselves for our liberty, please never forget them. No, Joy, here it's only airborne. And the Newfoundland were infantry. You see many information and a lot of image of that battle. And you see the image of when they made the movie, The Longest Day. You see? Because they really made the movie here in Sainte Mère-Église. So if you watch the movie The Longest Day, that's what you will see. You see, everywhere in the city they have got little panel. It's like a kind of trip, you know, to see the battle. Well, of course, we are going to speak about that guy, John Steele, because John Steele. So this is the real image of the soldiers in the city, because John Steele is the guy who has been attached to the tower of the church. We're going to speak about that. Oh yes, Market Garden. Stefan in Netherlands do a special tour about that. Congratulations to all your family who have been brave heroes, and of course all my thoughts for all the loss you had. So this is the street of Sainte Mère-Église. We're not going to do the whole street, but just to give you a little bit the idea of the village. So you see here we are not anymore at the seaside. We are in the village, a normal Normand village. Yes, absolutely. He has got his portrait in that. Of the groups of the firemen who were fighting for the and this is the monument who has been given and who has been put in place like all the other. Me, just keep online. I'm just going to switch off my calls, but I thought my call was switched off. I don't know why that can't go through, because I said that I can't be disturbed, but this number doesn't stop trying to pass through, so they should leave a message. So here is the monument which has been given to the hero of that from the 5th and the 6th of June. So of course we speak about the 6th of June, but we mustn't forget that some of the paratroopers arrived here by the 5th of June to scout and to be able to prepare all the next day counter-invasion, I should say. And we mustn't also forget all the soldiers which were civilians, resistance, and French soldiers from the resistance who fought to prepare during 4 years the country to be able also to be delivered. I don't know. Looks like oak. Looks like oak tree, but I'm not sure about that. So here you've got the famous church of Sainte Mère-Église. And as I said, you have to imagine that 2 sticks of the airborne have been dropped by mistake inside the city. So the Germans were exactly where I am, shooting them when they were going from the sky, you know. They were light up. The soldiers have got a white parachute, very easy to identify. And the Germans were shooting them. And one of these guys, John Steele, who survived to the war and who was already have been parachuted in Italy, he broke his leg in Italy. You know, he's not a lucky guy. And then he came back to the church tower. And you see now they put a doll which is the parachute exactly as it was. You see? Exactly as it was, and it stayed like that, attached to the clock tower for 2 hours. He couldn't move, you know, because if he was cutting his parachute, he was trying to do that, but he tried first to cut, but he dropped his knife, so he couldn't do anything else than staying. He also has been injured. One of his feet was broken because he has been injured by a shrapnel. A shrapnel is part of a German ammunition who injured him. And finally there was two German soldiers which were in the clock tower, and they detached him and they put him as a prisoner. So he has been taken as a prisoner, but finally he could save his life, and he has been, as I said, he came back to America, and finally he died in North Carolina. And pity, because he asked to the government to be able to be buried here in Normandy. He wanted to be buried in Normandy, but I don't know why, but he didn't have the authorization, so he's buried in North Carolina. There is a white dove. I don't see the... Ah, yes, absolutely. Here, the white dove. But the white dove is real, okay? The white dove is a real one. It's a little dove. So, you know, everywhere in the city you find things about this time. You see, for instance, here where we've got the tourism office, we have got a house. And that house, the street here, I don't know if you can imagine what the name of the street where the bus is passing right now. You know, it's kind of thing you can't imagine. Let me pass by here. So you've got a lot of military engine for people which are fans from and wants to give tribute. So you see, you have got a lot of people who are collecting the military engine, the military clothes, and they come here during the D-Days. And so they do parade, and there is a lot of parade in many cities during the D-Days. So they are doing all the parades, and they are very happy, of course, for that. And that's also very pleasant for everybody to see exact replica, or it's not sometimes replica, I mean it's exact cars or lorries or tanks which have been completely renovated. And look, there is a car coming in the street over there. Do you see? You see it? You see? Hopla. So this is not real military. These are tourists, if I can say. And you see, for instance, here, look. Here, the street is named Eisenhower. You see, this is the number 4, Street Eisenhower. And so here, you see, you've got the explanation. Street 4 are A. Morgan, private and airborne, from the 82nd Airborne, who has been parachuted in the garden of this house. We see that also in the longest day. The guy arrived there and he's going to be arrested by German soldiers, and the German soldiers after that he's going to surrender to himself because the German soldiers think, okay, I better surrender myself than fighting because I'm the last one here. So you see, you've got everywhere a tribute to these D-Days, and we are going to go to show you what I think it's a fabulous museum. Somebody asked me what I might prefer museum this morning, and I said the one in Caen is absolutely fabulous, but the one in Caen is about the whole Battle of Normandy, but the one which is really deserved to get a visit is the one from Sainte Mère-Église. So that's where we go now. And we're going to go inside the museum for the rest of the visit, because like that I'm going to be able to show you one of the gliders and also one of the airplanes who made the parachuting. So it's really really moving, because these are real, and you can really feel the Battle of Normandy from there. Okay? So at the entrance of the museum, I'm just going to take out my gimbal to avoid any question about gimbal. So I'm going to hold my camera by hand, and then I will put the gimbal inside the museum. Okay? So don't worry if the image is a little bit, if you see my feet for a couple of seconds. Vous êtes ouverte? C'est ouverte? Ah, fermé, j'avais pas vu. J'avais pas vu qu'il y avait marqué fermé. Bonjour madame. C'est dedans. Oui, je vous en prie. C'est moi. Merci madame, bonne journée. Okay, so just the time for me to pass the cashier and to enter the museum, and so now I can put back my gimbal in good position. So let me refix my camera, and that will be good. Just hold on a couple of seconds more. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Should work now. Okay. So we are inside the museum, and inside, oh, this is nothing from the wall. Look, that's funny. No, this is they're cutting the grass. It's not a military engine. So there is two very interesting things to see in the museum. They have divided the museum, in fact, in different places. So they have put first here over there, which is called the Neptune operation. So the signal is not very good, but we will go there to see a little bit. And a part of that, here you've got a C-47. The C-47 is the bomber, the airplane who was tracking, in fact, the other engine, the gliders, and also who was dropping the parachuter. And they have got one of these gliders, which is a real one, and which is absolutely amazing. That's why I wanted to bring you inside. So let's go to see these gliders, which is a Waco. This is the name of the gliders. And during the time I go there, have you got any idea of what the Waco gliders is made of? Have you got any idea? Oh, it's me in the windows here. Hello. Have you got any ideas of what the Waco gliders is made of? Wood. There is wood, balsa, but mainly, yes, balsa, but mainly, in fact, is tissue. So it's like cotton, you know. So it's wood and paper, yes, like that, paper mache. You see? This is soft. You see when I press it? Look, you see that when I press it? It's something which is tense on it. Yes, canvas, absolutely. Canvas, I think, is the best word. So you imagine you've got wood here. This is wood, okay, to structure it. And then here, this is canvas. You can hear the noise maybe. And so here you have got different items from the year, which are real one from the soldiers who dropped here. That's to block the wheels of the gliders. That the ropes, which were used in between the Halifax, not the Halifax, the Douglas and the gliders. That the uniform of the airborne division. So that's nice, yes, to ride the gliders. And you see all the gliders which were there, waiting online with the C-42. Some images, some books from a song, the All American Soldiers, official march of the 82nd Airborne Division, from Sergeant Tom Sewell. You see, that's what the parachuters have got, goggles to protect from the sound. Yes, that plane's a glider. I'm going to show you the inside of the glider. Look at real pictures. Look how young are they. Look how young they are. Yes, just young boys. And you see some of the gliders didn't succeed it. Look completely broken. Because you see, if they don't land properly, they are completely broken, and of course, the soldiers inside most of the time lose their lives. See that all the items, boot polish, shoes polish, torch lamp. Yes. In Croatia, in Bosnia, in Ukraine. I was in Bosnia 2 weeks ago, so I've been visiting many museums about the Balkanic War. And you see, when they were landing, when they were ready to go inside. Some tins, cocktail, salted peanuts, pure, so eggs. You see that this is all the food, and that's to shaving. The tobacco, Lucky Strike, Chesterfield, Raleigh, Philip Morris, cornflakes, look, Kellogg's Rice Krispie. Looks, even some Coke, no? And so now, let's have a look at the glider itself. Because it's nice to speak, but it's also good to see the plane. See, that's why that museum is very good, because it gives you the exact. So this is one of the glider. completely renovated. You see the size of it? You see it's so the wings are very big, so they have to go out of the building. So you're going to see that. No many men inside. I mean, it was depending what they were bringing, but if it was only soldiers, only 13 men aboard. 13 men per leaders. Plus one pilot and one co-pilot. So altogether 15 people aboard. And you know, 13,000 of these glitters have been built for the invasion. And the size of it here is 26 meters, and the length is 15 meters. So here we've got the map, you see. This morning we were in Utah. Yesterday we were in Omaha. Today this morning we're in Utah, and you see that's where have been dropped the 82nd and the 101st. And we are in Sainte Mère-Église. So now I propose we go inside. You feel like going inside to see how was the inside of a glider? So let's come with me.
Vous allez casser la ligne.
Pareil. You see, this is half of the gliders. And you get 8 people aboard that side. You've got the pilot and the co-pilot. And then you have that 3 men there. Here is a medic. And 3 the other side. They are all from the 87 Airborne. And you see at the back of the gliders, you've got the rest of the guys. And you see here, it's canvas. You see the white thing, so wood and canvases and a bit of metal. And in the complete back of it, you have got the ammunition and thing they were bringing aboard. But it's very well done, so you really have got a perfect idea of how the people were on board. Thank you. And of course, it was also very dangerous for the pilots, because the pilots were the front to touch on the jeeps. This is a famous Willis jeep. Yes, it's like a tin, no? It's like a tin. And many of these gliders have been destroyed in the air, touched by the the German defense, you know, by the flak. The flak is the name of the guns that the Germans were, of course, sending and shooting on the gliders, on the airplanes, and lots of them have been touched in the air. And these, they were airborne, but didn't have parachute. So it means, because they were landing, so it means if they were touched in the air, they were completely, they were dying. There was no escape. And this is the bone that we see everywhere in Normandy, which is the bone of the liberty. So you see, you put that, called la voie de la liberté. So this is every 1 kilometer. We have got a bourne like that, by the way, where the soldiers passed to free France. Where did the gliders land after the parachute dropped? No, the gliders stayed here. I mean, the gliders, they were broken when the gliders was one-time use. The glider was arriving on the floor. Most of the time, they broke, and there was no reason to bring them back after that. And they were not reused. Maybe some of them have been reused. I don't know, but it is not it wasn't the purpose of the gliders. Gosh, it's already 42, so I have to hurry up. I'm going now to try to show you. I know the connection is not very good, so if the connection is not too good, just forgive me. But it's an incredible, immersive experience where I bring you. This is called Neptune. This is the name of the cone name, and we are going to go inside the C-42 Halifax. So, you see, the soldiers and the gliders were arriving. So you see the Halifax, the Douglas were till here. Here they launch the gliders, and then the Halifax the Douglas aircraft carry on, and they dropped the parachute here. So that was a dropping zone, but the glider themselves, they made another route. That the route of the glider, that the route of the plane. But from England, the gliders were engineered by powered by the C-42. And so now we are going to enter inside one of them, but it's a replica. But just to show you also what one of these soldiers had. Look the equipment. And you see the equipment of one of these airborne was in between 110 to 130 pounds. So the connection can be weak here. Okay, this is the weapons. So the connection can be weak. So sorry for the bad connection, but if you can follow it, it's an incredible immersive things. Now we think we are inside the gliders, not the gliders, the Douglas. Okay, so hope the connection is not to be too bad. I just shut up. Now we're going to see what's happened from the sky when they were dropped. And this is the sky of Normandy. You see, you are like in a plane. This is Normandy. We are in the plane. So I know the quality of the signal is not good here, but I think it's an incredible immersive experience for you to feel like if you were in the plane and to feel what the soldiers felt that time. So you can really... and now I'm going to show you the plane which is... So it's a perfect reproduction, okay? So they exactly do like they were doing that day. So the soldiers, you see these were the parachuters. The one in the gliders were landing on the floor, so no parachute. And the one in the plane, in the Douglas, they were with parachute, okay? And they were jumping. And now I'm going to show you the C-47 Douglas. To finish the tour on that. But you see, that's why I think Sainte Mère-Église and the Museum of Sainte Mère is really, really good, because you really have got an incredible, immersive, and there's also a movie. Well, I'm not going to show you the movie, but I think it's really good. So this is the C-47 Halifax. Oh, Douglas, sorry, I mixed with the English plane. And you see the parachute have got different colors according to what they were bringing. So a white parachute was the soldiers, a yellow parachute was ammunition, a red parachute was the ammunition, yellow parachute was medic, blue parachute was food. So like that the people on the floor knew what was. And this is a reproduction of the exact... And so this is the plane. This is the real one, okay? Called the Agonia. So it's a Douglas. So that plane was a bombers. Yes, and you know, after that, the people in France were taking the parachute and they were using to make clothes. Because you know, during the war, we didn't have so much clothes because the Germans were taking everything. So the quality, it's silk, okay? The parachutes are in silk. So the civilians took the parachute and they made clothes inside. So we have got dresses from ladies which were made by the parachute. You see the yellow color? The yellow color, you see? So every color tell you what you are going to have. And this is the plane that we have been inside.
The sticks from the 101st will be dropped between 20 and 27, and the sticks from the 82nd will be dropped between 01:21 and 02 a.m. Now, let's go over the mission order details for the day. I'll start with the Albion mission. The 6,928 Screaming Eagles of the 101st Airborne will be dropped on 3 drop zones, coded A, C, and D. Officers of the 101st, I require your full attention, since this will be your baptism of fire. So that you may identify yourselves at night in enemy territory, you will use the password FLASH. In response, you will hear the answer, thunder. You also have a cricket, similar to the one I'm holding right here. If you are alone in the middle of the night, pressing and releasing this blade will make a clicking sound. You will hear 2 clickety clacks in reply. This distinctive sound will allow you to meet up together. Now, gentlemen, please stop playing with your crickets and be quiet for a moment. I'm about to give you a different target.
So, my friends, everything has to end. I would be happy to stay a little bit longer, but I just realized it's already 50 minutes. And I hope you've got an incredible experience in this museum and in the city of Sainte Mère-Église, and that you enjoyed you have got a good idea, a better idea what it was. And yes, it was the holograms. It was the hologram of the briefing of the commander-in-chief of the airbornes, who was explaining to the soldiers, to the officers, and they were doing. He was using that. You heard it to say, and all of them start playing with it. So like kids, they stop playing, stop playing. So I hope you enjoy these 13 tours about D-Days. I think I couldn't be more complete than that. I even been to the German artillery bunkers. I've been everywhere I could go with it for you. Next time I will try to do something in Caen. And it would be good if you come here in France and we do in person. Let's take 2 days, and in 2 days we can do Normandy and we can do all what we have done. We need 2 days to do that, okay? Because it's and we need 1 night here. But in 2 days we can do that very good. And if you want to do a return day, it's very tiring because very early and very late, and you are tired. But 2 days you really can feel it. So if once you come, and thank you, Jazz. And if once you want to come here, you will be the most welcome, and I will be happy to guide you here, or guide you in Paris, of course. So this is where I'm living, so it's even easier for me. So don't forget, there is another tour tonight, okay? So now you haven't finished with me. You can see me tonight at 8 p.m. So you have got more time, You have got in 2 hours, 3 hours. Yes, 3 hours. In 3 hours, you can see me in Granville. So I've been very, very happy to have been with you during these 4 days, and to give my tribute to all these young boys and some girls too, and all the civilians and all the soldiers from all these countries who served their countries, and who, lots of them, lost their life for us to gain our freedom. And if we can do this tour today, it's because people like some of your family, some of your relatives, some of your friends, my father too, did the job. And the job has been well done, no? So my friends, take a great time. Thank you so much for having with me. Thank you so much for your donation too. Never forget, it's my job. And have a great, great time, and maybe see you tonight in Granville. Then I will take 3 days off. I think I deserve it after all this tour, since I haven't been stopping doing tour since last Thursday when I was in the Alps. Okay, I have been tour every day since last Thursday. So for 7 days, I've been touring with you in Geneva, in Mosin, in Tonon-les-Bains, in Normandy. So now it's 3 days off for me to go in Brittany with my wife and to do a bit of selling. And I will be back next week for you in Paris. And after that, don't forget, also I go to Marseille, and I go many other places with you. Thank you so much. Take a great care of yourself, and see you soon. And some of you, I'm going to see them very soon, like Angie, because she comes to Paris, and I will be the pleasure to be her guide. So take great care of yourself. Bye-bye. And don't forget, if you want to leave a review, you also have got my website, and you can leave a review. Thank you. Bye-bye.